Isbitaalka AGA waxaa la aasaasay sanadkii 1958 waxaana uu si toos ah u hawlgelayay muddo 66 sano ah. Isbitaalka ayaa waxa uu sanad walba u adeega ilaa 700 oo kun oo bukaanno ah oo ka kala yimaada guud ahaan caalamka. AGA Kenya ayaa ka kooban hal isbitaal oo guud oo leh 300 oo sariirood iyo 53 xarumood oo yaryar oo ku yaala guud ahaan gobolada Kenya. Isbitaalka ayaa sidoo kale leh jaamacad lagu tababaro dhakhaatiirta iyo kalkaaliyaasha. Jaamacadda ayaa la aasaasay 20 sano ka hor waxaana ay noqotay xarunta kaliya ee lagu tababaro dhakhaatiirta iyo kalkaaliyaasha doonaya inay xirfadahooda sii horumariyaan. Isbitaalka AGA ayaa sidoo kale xarumo ku leh dalalka Uganda iyo Tanzania. AGA ayaa waxaa ka howlgala ilaa 3,000 oo shaqaale ah kuwaasi oo isugu jira dhakhaatiir, kalkaaliyaal iyo shaqaalaha kale ee muhiimka ah sida la taliyaal caafimaad. Agaasimaha guud ee isbitaalka AGA Rashid Khalani ayaa marka hore sawir guud inaga siinaya isbitaalka iyo jaamacadda AGA.
My name is Rashid Khalani. I'm the CEO of the Aga University Hospital. I will try to give an overview about who we are and more importantly why we exist. Aga University is not working in silo. It's part of Aga Development Network. So Aga Development Network has 3 branches, as I said. The first branch is Economic Development Branch, which is a for-profit branch. There are many institutions within the economic development of for-profit branches, like the banks. Diamond Trust Bank is part of AKDN. Jubilee Insurance is part of AKDN. Bujjakali Power Plant is part of AKDN. Serena Hotel is part of AKDN. So those are for-profit agencies, okay? And we are working in all developing countries. You will not find Aga Development Network in America or in Europe or in Canada. You will not find. We exist because in developing countries where there is a need. There is a need for economic development, there is a need for healthcare, there is a need for education. So first branch is the economic development branch. The second branch is social development branch. Social development branch is where the Aga Hospital, Aga schools, Aga University exist. And those institutions are not for-profit institutions. There are no shareholders. If it is not for profit, doesn't mean it is for losses. We have to create sustainable operations, because when the businesses are in losses, what happens? Then you cannot invest for tomorrow. You cannot invest in people, you cannot invest in technology, you cannot invest in research. So the social development agencies like the Aga Hospital and the Aga University are not for-profit agencies, but they are financially sustainable organizations. And the third branch is the cultural development branch, which includes music initiatives, which includes historical city program. Because post 9/11, and my Muslim brothers and sisters, they would understand that post 9/11, Islam was associated with fanaticism, which is not true. So Aga Development Network is investing significant amount of money in education programs, in historical city programs, in music programs, to show the world that you should not forget your history. The culture is very important. The Al-Azhar Park in Egypt was renovated by Aga Development Network. There is a Forodani Park in Zanzibar. It was renovated by Aga Development Network. There is a very historical 1400th century, there is a mosque in Mali that was done by Aga Development Network. There is a Humayun tomb in India that was. So the social development arm, the cultural development arm invest in quality of life of where we operate.
Agaasimaha guud ee isbitaalka Rashid Khalani ayaa sidoo kale ka warbixiyay isbitaalkan sababta loo aasaasay, baahiyihii jiray xilligaasi iyo isbedelka uu la yimid Aga Hospital.
What was happening in this part of the world, in developing countries and in many parts of Africa or East Africa, there were hospitals which were faith-based. There is a Christian hospital, there is a Hindu hospital, there is a Muslim hospital, there is a hospital for the Europeans, but there was no hospital, not a single hospital, which was for the entire population, right? Aga hospitals, when we started, be it in Dar es Salaam, be it in Nairobi, we started for the general population. It doesn't matter what your gender is, It doesn't matter what your skin color is. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It was open for all. That was the principle whereby the Aga Khan Hospital started.
2003 ayaa waxaa la hirgeliyay garabka jaamacadda Isbitaalka AGA si loogu tababaro dhakhaatiir isla markaana loogu sameeyo cilmi baaris caafimaad. Isbitaalka ayaa isku dayay inuu daboolo baahiyihii caafimaad ee jiray iyada oo xilligaasi ay dadka adeegyo caafimaad u doonan jireen dalalka Yurub iyo Aasiya.
It started as a primary care, secondary care hospital. However, like all institutions and human beings, this institution also grew. And now in 2003, the Aga Khan Hospital became Aga Khan University Hospital because His Highness the Aga Khan made the decision that treating patients was not enough. It is important that we train the doctors and the nurses for tomorrow. So in 2003, the Aga Khan Hospital was converted into Aga Khan University Hospital. If you look at this hospital and my job, there are 3 goals that I have. 3 goals. First is to provide good quality service. How many times have we heard that the people have to go to India or Thailand or Dubai or Turkey for healthcare? Many times. And why do people go? Because those kind of services, those clinical services are not available. So the first goal that we have is to provide the best clinical services. The second goal that we have is education. How many times we have heard that for specialized training, people have to go to South Africa, people have to go to UK, people have to go to other parts of the world to get specialized training. And more often than not, 7 out of 10 times, when people go to UK, when people go to Canada or Australia or Germany, 7 out of 10 times those people will not come back. So if they don't come back, who's going to treat us? Right? So we are the only hospital in this country which is we are the only private hospital that is a teaching hospital. There is no other private hospital that is a teaching hospital. So we are not only treating patients, but we are also training. There is a medical college, there is a school of nursing. So that is the second agenda, to train the doctors and the nurses for tomorrow. And not only basic level training, we are doing advanced fellowship programs and training programs as well. And the third agenda that we have is research. Because if you look at COVID and so many other diseases, the science is originating from North America, from Europe. There is not enough research that is happening in Africa. There is a statistics that I will share with you. I hope you can get it. Africa has 17% of world's population, 17. But it has 28% of disease burden. So it's disproportionate. Our disease burden is high. 17% of world's population, but 28% of disease burden. But our contribution to the medical research is less than 4%. The science is not originating from us. The science is coming from other parts of the world, and we are just using those drugs, we are just using those medical technologies, rather than investing ourselves into research and new knowledge.
Khalani ayaa sheegay in Aga Khan uu leeyahay agabyo caafimaad oo heer sare ah isla markaana uu awood u leeyahay la tacaalidda cudurrada soo ifbaxaya isaga oo tusaale u soo qaatay in bukaankii ugu horeeyay ee Kenya ee uu ku dhacay cudurka COVID-19 la geeyay isbitaalka Aga Khan.
When COVID happened, the first patient in Kenya was brought to Aga Khan. Why? Because people knew Aga Khan, when it comes to quality of care, is the best hospital. The COVID protocols, when the government was establishing, Kenyan government, Tanzanian government, Aga Khan hospitals working hand in hand with the governments to come up with those protocols. We have many partnerships with French, German, British, Canadian institutions. So what we did a partnership with KfW from Germany, and working with the German partners, we donated many ventilators, protective gears, COVID tests to the Ministry of Health. So why did we donate these ventilators and equipment? Because we wanted to increase the capacity of the public institutions.